Hi, it's Westy here at the gun counter at Yeager's, and today we're going to talk about cleaning a rifle. And in particular, we're going to talk about cleaning the bore, the barrel, since that is the most important part of what gets around downrange accurately. Of course, the first thing we're going to do before any handling of a firearm is to ensure that it's unloaded. So I'm going to open the bolt. I'm going to visually look at that chamber to make sure it's empty. I'm going to stick my finger in it to make sure it's empty. And now I know that this rifle is unloaded. So now I'm going to close the bolt and remove it so that I can get to the bore. Bore and barrel are interchangeable terms. The most important thing to remember is that because this is what makes your rifle accurate, it has to be clean and it has to be treated properly. Now there's a host of products out there you can use. All kinds of gun scrubbers and bore cleaners and such. I happen to be partial to good old Hoppy's number 9 because I've been using it since I was in my teens, a very long time ago. And I'm going to put some of this in a cup. There's a reason for that, and that is I don't want to be dipping patches or a brush or anything into the bottle and therefore contaminating the product. So here what I'm going to do is soak this patch in the Hoppies, and I'm going to get it sopping sloppy wet. This is the one time you'll see me go both ways through the bore of a rifle with a patch. I'm going to go in and back just to make sure I've got that bore well coated. Now, I'm going to look at this patch and see what I see here. If I see any brown or red or orange color, it means rust, which means I've not done a good job of taking care of this bore. If I see black, that's just carbon from burned powder. Nothing to worry about. That's what we're here to clean out. If you see some green, which we're seeing here, that is copper fouling, meaning that the jacket of the bullet you're firing is a mixture of copper and nickel, cupro-nickel it's called, and some of it will stay in the bore. So part of what we're trying to do is remove that. So green is okay. Letting that soak for a minute or two, I'm going to switch from my patch loop to my cleaning brush of the appropriate caliber. This rifle happens to be a 270. And I want you to notice, because this is important, that the brush only goes one way through the barrel. There are two reasons for that. The first and most important reason, I guess, is that that brush is built slightly larger than the diameter of the bore. So as I push it through, it's going to bend those fibers back a little bit. If I try to come back with it, then those are going to get reversed and it's going to be damaging to the brush. And also, if there's any pits in your bore, you're going to wind up leaving stuff in the bore. So I'm going to take that brush off. Take my rod out. And this is the point where you might want to wipe your rod down once in a while to get rid of any stuff you've picked up. I'm going to put my brush back on and run it through one more time. Now I'm going to put my other tip back on so I can put patches back on it. Going to wipe down the rod again. And you can see I'm picking up stuff there. Clean patch. Mostly carbon. And I'm going to keep doing this until I get a patch that's pretty much pristine, clean white. Now, patches are cheap. No reason to be sparing with the use of them. They just keep coming out dirty, and I just keep putting new ones through there. These gloves are a nuisance, but I've been handling these chemicals for about 60 years, so I reached the point where I think I need to be a little more careful about what I absorb. One more time. Okay, once I reach a point where I've got the patch as clean as I want it to be, I'm going to take one more step. Not knowing when I'm going to shoot this rifle again for sure, and to protect that bore from ambient moisture or whatever, I'm going to put a light coat of oil in it. This happens to be rim oil, but any good gun oil will work. I'm going to soak that patch pretty good. Then I'm going to run it through the bore one way. And you'll notice it did pick up a little bit more stuff. Then I'm going to run one through to get rid of the excess oil. So all I've left in there is just a very, very light film. So my bore is clean. I'm ready to go to the range. The other end of the bore, of course, is the chamber. So what I'm going to do is take another rod with a different set of patches on it. Wipe out the chamber just to make sure it's nice and clean in there. And behind the locking lugs for the bolt. And I'm good to go. This rifle's ready to go to the range. Thank you.